I want to take some time out to record this video before I go to sleep. It is 27th, it's almost 28th of December, but I would count it as 27th because that's 27th in US. So when the deal happened, it was 27th. Um, so I wanted to, I had like a conversation with someone who, uh, like in my network, right? And then uh, they said something that is kind of like that's like a fact. Yes, that's not false, but I had like a I thought to share this with you about how I like just to share myself as well, how I exactly look at things and what I feel about this specific thing about like positive outlook and having like a like looking at things with positive uh images in your mind, that what, expecting positivity, and not like being excited about, oh, what, I know this is going to happen, absolutely, but looking forward to positive things and having like manifesting, like actually like have painting that picture in your mind that, oh, what, if this is possible, then this is also possible. Since both are a possibility, why not choose a better possibility? you know so I wanted to touch on that because I think and believe that this is going to be really valuable for someone who is like in that mind frame, that what, if you are ever confused, or even if you're like, uh how do I think, and I think this has immensely helped me move forward and then build things, because today we closed the deal, like a really high value deal. I'm not going to share the number, but it's like a really high value. So it's in four digits, multiples, right? So it's not like quite high in just one deal. So we closed the deal, and it's like a big deal, right? Even if it's like not like, yes, we want to get to 1 million a month, maybe, right? But to get to 1 million a month, we need to make a system that provides value 20 million a month. But then we can, justify even like 5 million a month we're making for other people, then we can make 1 million ourselves. But that's like the goal. But getting to that level where we are closing like a big deal on a single day before the end of the year, that itself is like a blessing, right? It is a blessing because without one, you cannot go to 100. So I was having this conversation, and then I called this guy. I like, no offense to anyone, but called this guy, and then he was like, "Oh, that's good. That is good, but like there can be chargebacks as well, right?" I was like, eh, like this is a possibility. Is this a possibility? Yes, there can be chargebacks. There can be refunds. I'm actually giving a refund of even the Facebook ads, which we didn't even get ourselves. I'm giving that refund to someone, one of our clients, and then I'm providing more value to them. Because for refund and everything, that's like a part of the deal. Like, if you get someone to pay you and you don't give them anything, then of course you need to get them refund. And also like chargebacks, it's possible, like buyer's remorse, or things like that. But this deal is like multiple stages. Like first they had a call on maybe I think 20th or something, and then, or maybe like 15th, and then they had the second call on 19th, and then we had the onboarding today, 27. It's like an 8 days difference in between. So it's not like an immediate decision. It can The chances of it being a chargeback is very low, but it still is there. But that doesn't mean that you focus on the negatives. This is how I look at decision making, and this is how I look at, I don't know if I'm not experienced in business. There might be people more experienced than me who will say, oh, you know what, you're just delusional. I may be, but so far this has worked good for me, so that's what I stick to. And what I saw is like, the first time when I actually booked a meeting, the first time I picked up the phone and then I started to dial, and I used to say the opener, hey, this is a cold call. Would you like to hang up or give me 30 seconds and then decide? Like, since even that day, when the first meetings was booked, my hand was shaking. Like, I was in this room. I think I even had this cap, but I did not. I had this phone. I had this laptop. Yeah, but pretty much like in even in this room. But I booked the first meeting through cold calling. In my entire life being an introvert, it was like an impossible task. Now, was that the number of meetings that I wanted? No. I want like 5 meetings a day. I'm getting like today, my team booked like 3 meetings. I think 2 meetings and then 2 follow-ups, which is going to be a meeting. So just like 2 guys booked 2 meetings, right? Just today when I was like dealing with other things. So far, my team has booked 200 meetings. I have booked 70 plus meetings myself. I have taught my, business partner to book 30, 40 meetings themselves. We had like 100 sales calls by now. Our agency worked with other agencies and got that as well. So, December 27th, I think it was, yeah, that's interesting. Last December 27th, I booked the first cold call appointment. But I did not get to 100, like 5 a day, 3 a day right away. But one was important to get to 5 a day or any number a day, right? I cannot just jump straight into that number, right? So, for example, this guy I was talking to, he was like, oh, you know what? This is not good enough. We need to get more. We need to get like, until unless this happens, I'm not happy. Of course, you're not happy, but being grateful about the fact that the first is on the way, and then I have done like at least 1% is complete. That means only 99 is left. And this amount that we got is like, it's not a small amount. It's a very big number. So if we are able to accept and be grateful about the fact that, hey, this number came in, that means that, okay, we are in the right direction. It says that you are in the right direction. It says you have built a process that's repeatable. It says that you can cold call and close higher ticket deals. It says that being from India, or being like from 8,000 miles across the globe, there's still people who would like to do business with you. It also says that there is a demand for the service. It also says that people have, for the value that we are providing is good enough. It also says that what I have done is proven. So there's so many things to look into, like, as positives. Now, can there be chargebacks? Absolutely, because we are taking like higher ticket payments, and it's like the initial stages, right? So if we are taking higher ticket payments and then there are chargebacks, that means that we will learn how not to have chargebacks moving forward, what to do, what not to do, right? So that is a new learning. But getting to this level itself is a win. So not being grateful about that and not looking at it as a positive win and in a positive way, it itself is lack of humility and great gratitude, right? So I was having this call and conversation, and I really thought to myself that this is how I look at it. That whenever I have to decide something, whenever something's happening or I'm deciding, I'm working on something, I'm never even thinking. I don't even look at angles of things that can go wrong. Because yes, things can go wrong. Yes, but what can I do to the maximum abilities to make sure that it actually works? Right? So there's two examples. For example, if someone is making a deal, right? If you're talking about making a deal, let's say it's a 10K project, right? Let's talk in big numbers, because then it becomes easy to talk, right? So whenever you talk, that's what I do. Like whenever I talk to the next big number that I want to discuss moving forward in my life. So I try to attract that in. So let's talk about like a $10,000, $50,000 deal. So we are trying to make a $50,000 deal, but so if I'm offering that number and I'm telling someone that, hey, if you don't get the outcomes that we are talking about, if you don't make $250,000 out of it, then I will give you a full refund of it. That's one alternative. Or another alternative is, if you do not get this within 4 months, I will work for free until you get that 250K. Which one do you think the person would go for? Will he go for getting the money back, or will he go for actually getting the results? It's absolutely going to be the second option, where they will always choose, if you can really get the result, then we will always go for the result, because that is the only reason I'm looking forward to have this conversation with you, because I'm not going to be giving anyone 50K if I don't really believe that I'm going to be getting something. But if you don't have enough value, and if you're not focused enough to get me to that 250K, then why are we having this conversation even? Why are we even having this conversation? So the problem is not that, hey, what can go wrong? Because what can go wrong is you can die. I can die today, right now. Like I can keep recording this. I pause it and I walk out, and then I'll die. Like, it is possibility. Can you deny it? No, we cannot deny it. I can die, you can die. Everything is like nothing is permanent. So anything bad can happen anytime. We don't need to prepare for bad. We need to prepare for the best because we got one life and we got one shot. And if we can make the best out of it, and that's how I look at it. So if I have someone making a deal with me, I will say, okay, you know what? I got this amazing opportunity. I got this honor to serve this person in this lifetime that I just got one chance in. And now how can I make sure that this person gets one of the best experience that he or she has ever gotten? And if by the end of it she still doesn't want to move ahead with us, then she should not be with us in the first place. But it doesn't makes and it doesn't makes it like it doesn't mean that I will not be celebrating the fact that I got someone into this step, because that's a win for the entire team, right? So that's what I wanted to point out, because if someone is in your team, I feel that in the team ecosystem, when you're working with people, you're building something up. Even if you're working with someone like let's say you don't have an agency yourself, and I'm talking about any business owner, anyone who has a team. I see that a lot of people in the loan officer space and realtor space as well, they work individually. You might not have a team, but even if you are looking forward to getting a team, I think it's very important to have this mindset in place that no matter what happens, we always focus on how to make it better and the positives. Because the negatives, you don't have to think about, it just happens. But the positive, you need to really put some effort and make sure that that happens. So when someone pays you, like makes a transaction with you, closes a deal, you close the deal, that is a win. And if you really uh, you know show gratitude that, hey, you know what, I got this is an honor to help be able to serve you. And now every single second after that, you only think about how can I make this person's life better. But just thinking that, you are attracting abundance in your life. By just thinking that, you are sharing a positive attitude to that other person and their life and family as well. But just thinking that, your entire, like, the subconscious mind is being trained. That's what I saw, that if I keep thinking anything, even if it's negative or positive, the subconscious mind keeps getting trained, and my dreams are positive. I wake up with a new energy. I talk to people with new energy. The solutions that I come up with are different. So the subconscious mind, which is the 95% of our entire being, which controls the entire life, and it takes you to the direction that you want to go, which is, it's absolutely subconscious, it's not in your control, right? I'm sure everyone knows it by now, but it's not in your control. But the 5% is what logical mind is. Now most of us, we think, okay, you know what, with the 5%, I will control my entire life, which is not possible, because when you go to sleep, that's when your brain like reprocesses, and the hormones and everything, it's entirely subconscious, right? So when you think about positive, that's what I saw, that when I thought about positive things, my subconscious got trained in a positive way, which led me to behave in a different way, which is more positive towards other people, which created the momentum and the domino effect towards making something better. So for example, last year when I did not have anything, 1 year before that, when I did not have like nothing, I did not even have a skill to showcase here, what I used to do is I used to try my best, and try my best as in, like, okay, I always have this idea, okay, you know what, the next month is going to be better. The next month is going to be better. No matter how bad of a situation I ever was, I always told myself, you know what, that's totally fine. I mean, next 7 days is going to be better. Next 7 days is going to be better. There was not a single day that I can think of that I told myself, oh, you know what, I don't have anything to do. I was always like, what can I do? How can I make it better? Next 7 days, I know it's going to be better. I know my life is going to be 10 times better. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I know it's going to happen. Right? So those things kept me, like, led me to connect with people. Like right now, I had today, I'll tell you what happened today. Today, I had like a casual conversation with a roofing agency owner who I know for 1 year. I had a casual conversation with a really big, like, I have this casual conversation on my WhatsApp, like with a really big YouTuber in the SMMA space in India, like a really big one. It's simple, like the connections are very simple now because of the value that I have created within myself just by thinking positive. And it's not like, as I always share, like the last video I shared as well, like me and the craft are different people. Like me, I'm always humble. Like I'm no one. I'm just, just like you and me, anyone else. But my craft, I have built that up. So my craft is respect worthy, and that brings in opportunities. That brings in more and more people, attracts more and more high value individuals. And I know moving forward, it's going to create more and more as well. So one more example of this craft being like the YouTube and the brand that I have, like even how small it is. I've sent out 10 DMs the other day to other marketers and looking to have connections there. There is a guy who has like a 15, I think like 15 to 20K a month, uh, agency in the creative, like a creative agency from India. I just sent him a cold DM saying that, hey man, I like your stuff. I would like to connect. And I shared a snippet, like a photo of my YouTube. And he was like, yeah, I subscribed already. The next morning I see, hey, he followed me, he subscribed, and he's like, really doing more than me. But the thing is that there are things that I know in my craft that I feel I know is respect worthy. But the thing, it was not always like the case. That was not the case always. The reason it was is because I always focused on positive, positive images in my mind, positive things. When I started the cold calls in the first time in December to December, maybe 9th or 8th or 9th December, with Frederick, Jan, Leon, and me, like four of us, we started the cold calls. The first calls, I got like four pickups and like 14 dials. I think seven pickups and 14 dials. I still remember. I used to do from Go High Level and using Google Sheet, right? So I got good pickups, and I used to do it in like maybe the cleaning niche or something, or no, sorry, remodeling. Yeah, remodeling. So I got these pickups, and I knew, like, I had no idea what to say, how to say, but I know I always had this in my mind that, what, this, I'm gonna be booking a meeting. I'm gonna be booking a meeting. I'm gonna be booking a meeting. Every day, every night, I am always like, even though sales are not coming in, closes are not coming in, we're not getting good results for one client, and then I always know for a fact that the deals are gonna come in, the meetings are gonna come in, people are gonna work with me. And today I can talk to you, like, listen to this video right now. I will write it to you, give it to you in writing, that I am going to be connecting with 1,000 global entrepreneurs in the like in no time. I'm not sure when, but I know this is going to be a truth in my life, because I know for sure that this is what I'll feed my mind and my subconscious. So my subconscious will take me towards that. 1,000 really good connections, I will do a million a month. I will be the reason to build something that's going to do million a month. And I know for a fact, like, I have no doubt in that, because it's not just about the numbers. It's just the outcome of what the type of person I am going to be, and the type of person and network I'm going to attract, because that's what I feed my mind to. And this food to the subconscious, it's not like, on a monthly level, on a weekly level, it's every second. Like anytime anything bad happens to you, that's a chance for me to say, hey, you know what, let me find the positive in this, and then let me use that positive to bring the next positive faster. If you When I did that, and once I was able to get to that level, there was nothing, literally nothing, that I was not able to do. There was literally nothing that I felt that, what, I'm not powerless anymore. Like, there's nothing that can happen that's against my control. Once I have like this superpower of high tolerance, where, anything bad happens, like chargebacks, refunds, I have zero money. Like 5 days earlier, I had to pay. Like I was literally in tears today after this deal was closed, because um, 5 days ago I was like, I have to, like, there's like ups and downs. I have multiple opportunities, but I don't want to take those opportunities entirely. um, I don't want to go all in on that, because this is the main thing that I want to focus, and there was nothing that's coming in. We had two onboardings that was canceled, and it's still rescheduled, so I wanted to have something before the end of the year so that I can take out the expenses moving forward. And I had like $2,000 or something that I had to pay, and I literally had nothing coming in. Like, you imagine yourself in a position where you know that by 7th of December you have commitments of $2,000, and there's nothing in your account right now, and you are negative. At that situation, I could have said that, oh, you know what, I'm disappointed, I'm disgusted, I'm so sad and stuff. But even then, I knew for a fact that it's gonna come in, and that is the reason it came in today. I cannot like vouch. I can vouch for it. Like anyone, I'm not sure if even if you're like 55 years old or 15 years old, I know for a fact that this is not just, I'm not talking about me as a person. I'm talking about the craft that I've created. And I think the subconscious, controlling the subconscious and being like, having the tolerance level at this level is like a skill. And it is the craft. It is part of the craft. And I think, like, just imagine the fact that, 5 days earlier, 6, 7, 8 days earlier, I had no clue what's going to happen before the end of the year. I knew for a fact that something's going to work. I had no idea what's going to work. I had no idea until the deal, like the amount came into my account. I had no idea should I count this one or the other one or something new are gonna come in. But I am just doing the efforts. Like I'm just taking the efforts, making the structures better, talking to the team, improving them, helping with the training, learning the skills. I have learned like listen to $100 million offers, $100 million leads 2 times in the last 2 days. Okay. And there are times when I'm like too much stressed, I'm just relaxing. Okay, but never for 1 second. I am so grateful for this skill. And I think I wish I could just, transfer it to all of you guys that nothing affects. Like there is nothing, literally nothing that can affect me. I know for a fact that I can summon up opportunities out of thin air just because of the fact that I do not give up and just because of the fact that I have tolerance level and I know that positivity attracts positive outcomes. Negativity attracts negative outcomes. And the reason I'm making this video is because I want to share positive message to a higher number of people so that the negative conversation that I had doesn't get more energy and doesn't get more power. It might not make sense to you, but this is exactly what I have done in my life that has actually attracted opportunities towards me. Like I literally have people asking, requesting me for their help. Like today, like someone asked me to, really help them, like one of the persons or one of the contact with something else. Imagine like I have a connection of agency owners with like 7,000, 10,000, $15,000 a month, and I have like 15, 20 of them. I have connections with them sitting in my pipeline. And with just my skills, if I just offer cold calling service to 15 agencies, I can charge $2,000 a month. And I will be making $30,000 a month just with my existing list, like the connections, the networks, because of the journey that I have shared and the positive attitude that I have always, cultivated, so to say. So this conversation that I had, focused on two different things that, okay, there is two possibilities that negative can happen, positive can happen. When we don't know anything, then why not focus on the positive? Because it will attract higher positivity. It will increase the tolerance level. It will increase your momentum. It will increase your chance of having a better day, and it'll increase your gratitude. Like with gratitude comes happiness, your peace of mind, and everything. So whatever you was looking for, whatever the outcome is, it's not there, it's here right now. So whatever is happening, you either choose positive or you choose negative, and the outcome that you want is the type of person that you want to become. It's not just a straight jump, it's every second choosing the positive and giving power to that side of the brain when it's making sure this is number and number. And there will be a time when you'll be like, naturally you will only go towards positive, and this will be nowhere to be seen anymore. So that is the time when I felt, it was like 2 years back. That's when actually I started to see some improvements where I was like, no matter what happens, I can't be I cannot be like defeated, because there is no defeat. I cannot be defeated. Like there is nothing that's bad. Like every single thing that happens is a positive, is plus one, and plus one is better than zero. So there is nothing that can happen that's negative for me not to be happy about. Like any single thing that's 0 to 1, I am super stoked because I've unlocked one more thing, and one is infinity. If I've done something once, then I can do it 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. So today we made a big deal possible. So for me, yes, it's not a huge achievement, but this is a really good positive step moving forward. And I would absolutely be grateful. And, I'm blessed to be able to tap into that. We have worked through so much to finally get into this zone where now we have a reliable system from A to Z in terms of acquisition. Right now, of course, the service delivery has to be made better, and then there's better and better. We have to work on this. We have a teammate there as well for the ISA, and I'll be helping with him, working with him tomorrow as well. There's 2 more onboardings. We are going to be rescheduled both of them moving forward, and there's like 10 more meetings in the pipeline, and we are going to get like 100 meetings more in January. And I can vouch for that, and I will share this with you. Like in January end, I know for a fact that my team has the the skill to get 100 meetings. Like we can get 100 booked appointments, and then 70 people shows up, and I can close at least 15 to 20 of them, at least like 10 to 15 of them. High ticket, I'm not going to go high ticket this in January. I'm going to go something like as a lead magnet. But anyways, like this is possible. And I will say this, like today, 27th of December 2024, I'm saying this to you. Next year, things are going to be 10 times better, because I'm not going to give in to that negative feeling and the sound. Like I don't even see negative possibilities. I have just stopped watching it. Because, like, what is the worst thing that can happen? I will not make more money. What is the worst thing that can happen? If my health is all right, if my health is all right, if my family is taken care of, there is nothing that can be negative. Everything is like positive. If I win, I win. If I lose, I learn. Nothing is negative. So next year, 2025 December, I can vouch for the fact that things are going to be 100 times better. There's going to be more inflow of opportunities, and we'll be looking at this as an ecosystem, as a community. We'll look into this video and we'll see the 27th December. I knew that things are going to be better. How long is it going to take? I have no idea. What form it will come into my life as an opportunity, I have no idea. But I know for a fact, if I keep feeding this, it will come. Signing off.